I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to assemble this cute dragonfly pattern. Here's how to make it. Okay, this is the video showing how to assemble the dragonfly pattern if you are not using a light box. So the first thing I need to do is just show you how I've prepared the pieces. So everything, I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. I printed the pattern out onto the paper side of the fusible adhesive, and then I roughly cut around the pieces, fused them to the wrong side of the fabric, and then did a nice clean cut around all of the solid lines. So the dotted lines in here are placement guides. Since you're not using a light box, these guides are going to help you position pieces where they go. And so I've just transferred those, hopefully you can see that, to the fabric side of each piece. So on this one, I used just a white chalk. On the wings, which are white, I used a pencil, but you want to use something light or something erasable. The solid lines within the pieces, the eyelashes and the mouth on this dragonfly, I transferred with just a normal fine tip Sharpie, nothing fancy. I'm going to stitch over those lines with with black thread, and so you'll never see them. So it doesn't matter that it is a permanent marker. So we are going to start with the face. And I'm going to position that roughly over here. We may end up moving some things. And so every pattern comes with a placement guide, and that's what this is. All the pieces are numbered, so this will help you figure out which wing is which, for example. But this is just giving me an idea of where it's going to be positioned in the block. So I know that I've got a face here, and then a long tail, like the long body going down, and I'm going to have some wings going up. So I'm going to put that face down here over to the side a little bit here. So I've got lots of room for those other parts. All right, next up, I'm going to do a body piece, the middle part, and I've got a chalk line here that I transferred, and I am going to just tuck that behind the head until that chalk line is covered, and then I know I have a good amount of overlap. Same thing for this long body piece. I've got two lines here that I transferred. One is going to tuck behind that middle body section, and the other is going to be covered with some wings. So there we go. I've got that. That's looking pretty good. I may need to shift some things once I get some wings into place, but for now, this is looking pretty well centered between these two extremes. So now I'm going to put the wing pieces 2 and 3. So all the wings look like they're pretty similar shapes. So I'm going to put 2 and 3 in first because they go underneath 4 and 5. So 2 goes here on the right side, and it gets tucked behind the middle body, and it's going to sit on top of this lower body. So we want to cover up that line, and we want to make sure that the long line on the body here is covered by where the wing overlaps, and the short bit on the wing is tucked underneath the body there. So 3 is going to go up to the other side, up over the head. So we'll just tuck that behind the body there. Get that line covered up. So now I'm seeing that I'm a little bit closer on this side than on this side, so I think I'm going to just shift everything over a little bit, just a little bit. That's maybe a little too far. It's so much easier when it is just a head and shoulders. These flying full body pieces just take a little bit more fussing to get them into place. That looks pretty good. Might be up a little too high though. Let's get this down a little bit. This is where using a light box does make things much easier, because you can assemble all of the dragonfly pieces and then lift that whole piece up as one fused piece and shift it down, put it down onto your block wherever you want. Then you can position it much easier. All right, so now I'm going to do wing number 5. That is up here, and it's going to tuck underneath the body here and over that wing. There we go. And number 4 is going to cover up that line on that wing. So we're going to tuck it behind the body and make sure it overlaps that mark on the wing. That's looking good. All right, all we need now are some eyes. One. And I did decide to do the eyelashes on this one, but you don't have to. And I'll show you some examples. At least one of the other samples that I do will not have the eyelashes, so you can see what that looks like. All right, so this is all ready to fuse. I will fuse all the pieces in place. Just follow the instructions on whatever brand of fusible adhesive you are using. And then I will do all of the outline stitching, and I'm going to need to draw a matching antenna here onto the background block, but I can easily match that. It's basically just a parentheses shape. I'll do all the outline stitching, and then I will bring it back here and show you the finished block and also show you 2 other samples that I made. Okay, here is one finished dragonfly. This one I made with some peridot blenders from the Gemstones collection and put it on a gray background. And I also used the eyelashes on this one. Those are optional. Here's one without the eyelashes. So in this one I used blueberry blenders from the Farmer's Market collection. And I made one more version. This one uses sea oats blenders from the Sea Breeze collection. So that is 3 different versions of the Dragonfly Applique pattern. You can get that at Shiny Happy World. I'm Wendy, and I will see you next time.